So today what we're going to do is we're going to take a little walk in my backyard, and we're going to go around and we're going to find different plants or even animals that we can see in the backyard and talk about some of the adaptations that they may have. So come check it out. This is one of my knockout roses, and one adaptation that these roses have are they actually have, so I can ran around here, they have thorns right there, and the thorns are there as an adaptation to protect them. So they are protecting them from being eaten by other animals and wildlife. So this is one way that a knockout rose has adapted to its environment. Okay, so this is another plant that has thorns that they use as an adaptation to survive. So here are the thorns. It's kind of hard to see right now because they're not quite full in bloom, but these are actually blackberry bushes. So right here you're going to start to see that these are going to begin to flower and bud, and then once you do see that, then they will lose their flower and then they will begin to grow blackberries. So this is another adaptation that blackberries use to survive. And mainly, think about it, blackberries, a lot of birds love to visit blackberries and eat blackberries. So you know, it's a way for them to survive, and especially if any other animal comes up, tries to eat any, they may not be too fond of these thorns, which are right here. Even my dogs, I think, don't want to get too close to the blackberries. And next to my dog Oliver, if you look real closely right here, here is a dandelion. We all know this is a beautiful dandelion. Sometimes my boys pick them for me and then bring them in and we put them in a flower vase. But believe it or not, this is also a dandelion. And this is when the dandelion is ready to go to seed. And one adaptation that a dandelion has is that the seeds blow. So I'm sure many of you have done this. And as I'm blowing, the seeds are blowing away. So a dandelion uses the adaptation to disperse its seeds or to spread its seeds in the wind. So if I was to let this go, they would kind of fly away. And that is how a dandelion distributes its seeds. So again, that's another type of adaptation. So I found on my porch an aloe vera plant. An aloe vera plant is actually a really cool plant. It has a lot of neat features to it. But if you look closely, here on the edge of the aloe vera plant, there's like little spikes. And these little spikes to me are not, they don't hurt me. But if I was an animal or a bird and I would come up onto this, it might actually hurt me. So they use these little spikes on the bottom, on their leaves, to help them to survive and to adapt. And the really cool thing about an aloe vera plant is an aloe vera plant actually is used as for medicine. I took a little piece of the aloe vera plant off, and I can do this without killing the plant because the aloe vera plant will actually heal itself. If you look over here, it'll close itself back off, and then the leaf will continue to grow. So this will continue to grow. And an aloe vera plant is actually used for medicine purposes. A lot of people will take aloe vera and they can take the inside and use it to help them heal. So it's used for healing. So for example, if you have a sunburn, you could put this on your, the gel, if you will, that's in here. See how it's all jelly there? You put that on your sunburn and it actually will heal and soothe your sunburn. So an aloe vera plant uses these little pointers to help it survive, so it's not harmed by other plants. It also has a thick skin as well, and it's used for medicine. One way that dogs cool themselves off is by panting. So it looks like they're really hot. This is their way of cooling themselves down. Another way that they adapt to their environment is that through the winter they grow thick fur, and throughout the spring and the summer months they shed that fur. so that it's not so hot. Can you imagine having fur like that all winter long and all summer long? Your crayfish use adaptations to survive.
It's it has these claw things, so if like a predator comes, it could just bite down on it.
Anything else?
And they have the antennas, so if something's coming near them, they can hear it, and they also have tails to swim away very fast. To rip their food and shove their food in their teeny tiny mouth up there.
This is a sunfish, and Podrick's gonna hold it because Mrs. Allen does not like to touch fish. And you see its gills? Show them where their gills are, Pod.
Gills are right here. But
What do they use their gills for, buddy?
to breathe underwater. Okay.
That's an adaptation.
I'm going to tell you one part that you do not want to touch a sunfish. This is how you handle a sunfish. You don't want to come right here and just grab your hand right where his spikes are. Because his spikes are sharp and they can point you. So you come right here where his eyeballs are, and you go down and hold the spikes down, and then you pull the hook out.
Okay, and then we're gonna release them back into the pond. But fish use their gills as a way to breathe. That's an adaptation that they use in order to survive. We're gonna take them and we're gonna release them. Say goodbye.
Run!
Bye.
Here, hold this.
Just toss them out.
What did you find? What is this?
This is a toad.
And what does a toad, look at the toad, can you show everyone the toad's feet? Do you
That's
notice
his
how-
back legs.
And if you notice, there's a little bit of skin in between the toad's back feet here. Hold still. And they're webbed feet. And that webbed feet, they have webbed feet to help them swim. So it's kind of like fins in the water. Good job.
Want to watch him swim?
We can watch him swim. And see how he's swimming in the water? He's hopping up on his lily pad and just relaxing. There he goes. He loves it. So I hope you had fun going on our little adventure in my backyard. I challenge you to go out to your backyard and see if you can find any plants or bugs or insects or animals that you may see that you can see what kind of adaptations they have. Have fun. Take care.